Hey team, welcome back. Today we are going to be looking at governance meetings and having a good discussion about how we can leverage governance meetings to bring our team together to make massive change and to help us hold everybody accountable through giving responsibility and then maintaining their accountability. So there are some precursors to getting to the point where we do governance meetings, and you can call them whatever you want. You can call them round table, you can call them Kingslayer, you can call them the big dogs meeting. Both big dogs and round table are two of the titles that I've used in the past. As a smaller company, we did run big dogs until we started employing women, and then we had to change that around, but story for another day. Today, I'm going to show you what a governance meeting template looks like so that you can take this away and grab it from the blueprint because it's already there available for you. But I'm gonna show you exactly what it looks like here today. I might even drop the blueprint link below for you too. But I want to show you how important they can be and how useful they can be to delegate some accountability and to make sure that we are getting our message across and the new things that we're changing are being implemented straight away. So let's just look at what a governance meeting template looks like. So we're using this as a monthly meeting, and I'm going to call it governance meeting because it really does summarize what it is. Now, the governance meeting is effectively a 1 to 2 hour meeting, and it doesn't have to be timed perfectly, but if you allow an hour for it to bring your team together for everybody to talk about all the things they have done. So what are the things they have done? Things that they didn't get done. There's things they've done, things they didn't, things they did get done, how well they scored on their KPIs, and then things they want to do in the month ahead. So that is the real overarching reason for the governance meeting, is to bring all of our team together and say, what did you do? How did it work? What's still going? Have a review of your KPIs to see how you tracked, and then how the company is performing as a whole, and then let's set our intention for the month ahead. So that looks like, and we've got here, so this is just a screen grab from how it looks in the blueprint. So I've written out all of the templates and structures for you. So this one we're looking at is the governance meeting. And in the governance meeting, it opens up you as the managing director, you lead the meeting for the vast majority of it. And you'll be taking off the meeting by going, firstly, the mission statement needs to be written there so that you're constantly repeating that 12 times a year. You get the opportunity to repeat the mission statement to the team so they know what we're working towards. So they're gathering, doing everything we do in this meeting and everything we do in every meeting is to help us achieve the mission. And the reason we're achieving the mission is to be able to give them more, to be able to improve the culture of the business, to be able to improve the work environment, to be able to pay them more, whatever gets them motivated in order to help them get behind the mission. But we want to be reminding them of that very frequently. Now, we're getting into the part where you open up the meeting in company performance. Let's just grab a highlighter here. You open up the meeting in company performance, and I always run open book with my businesses because I find that everybody from managerial above, it helps their performance if they know what's going on in the company. But you can choose how much information you want to provide, and you might just use a company summary. So in here, we've just got some key points. That you're going to just raise about what the meeting is about. You're going to say in marketing, there's a couple bits. In sales, there's a couple bits. We didn't really do much in ops. You've just got your 5 key points to open up the company performance to get the conversation and get the minds thinking instead of just jumping straight into the numbers. But once you have introduced everything and introduced the agenda of the meeting, and that's going to take you only a couple minutes, just it helps you get warmed up for the meeting as well. And then you're going to go and, for the purpose of this example and the way that I run them, you're going to go through and look at your profit and loss for the month just finished. You're going to have a look at profit and loss quarter to date so you can see how you're tracking as well. And then you're also going to look at your profit and loss year to date so we can see on a larger timeline how well we're actually doing. and we know that we've got action items logged in there as well. So that is how we start the meeting and how you welcome in the meeting. Now, the meeting's also broken up into the 5 sections that we use in the business that are marketing, or the 5 departments: marketing, sales, ops, people, and finance. That is how the meeting is broken up. And if we have a look in here, each section of those 5 departments looks like this. There is, you can have a little call out here, but you typically put in here who's the responsible. It's usually got your name there throughout the whole thing. Then you've got an overview of the things that happened. So you could say, particularly for the marketing example, some website updates. We've increased our conversions a little bit on the website. We're doing X and X in marketing, and these are things that I would like to do for the month ahead, and these are the associated costings that I think is going to be involved in that. And then we have got KPIs in here as well. So if you're wearing all the hats and it's only you in the meeting, which is totally fine, if you've got no other managers, still run it and still keep the KPIs so that you can track your performance. Now, I have got a full workshop on KPIs, so I'm not going to detail exactly how to extract those, but you put the KPIs in here and you can have what the KPI actually is. Then we can have target, so as far as your columns go, and then next to target we've got our actual. That's typically the layout. So we've got department, we've got our department, we've got who's responsible for it, we've got a description of what's happened and what we would like to do in the month ahead, what's happened previously and then what we'd like to do in the month ahead, and then we've got our KPIs. So each section follows that same framework, is who's responsible, what's happened in previous, what's coming up in the future, and then KPIs, how are we tracking overall. Now you do that through each of the departments in marketing, sales, ops, people, finance, and that is how you run your governance meeting. Now the final part in there that I like to add to the bottom of a governance meeting, because it's very rare that we get everybody together, I like to run through a quick exercise called start, stop, keep. And you can do this exercise with any team, any level of team members. But I like to finish off the governance meeting with a start, stop, keep of what should we start doing that we're not already doing that can improve and drive the company forward. What should we stop doing that we've started doing that is not helping the company progress forward? And then what should we keep doing that we've started doing that we think is working, but we haven't got that feedback loop finished yet? So that is how you run your governance meeting. The intention for today was to make it super quick because I want to prove to you that meetings don't have to be on a certain timeline. Like we've got this down to 10 minutes today. Yes, it's just teaching you how to do it, but nobody wants to be in meetings. The purpose of the meeting and the purpose of this meeting is to get those KPIs and who's accountable for each department. That is the purpose of the meeting, is to bring everybody together and say, what are we doing? What did we do? What didn't work? What do we want to do? How much is it going to cost? Are we on target? Go. Meeting done. And you should do that month on month. Now, the only part I didn't touch on there is when you get to, and we had a look at the operations section. When you get to the, we had a look at the marketing section. When you get to the operations section, you can actually assign out your project managers to report on the jobs that they did, their average job value, how much revenue they managed. Like those are some really cool target or KPI points that you can extract out from each one of your project managers to bring a more cohesive meeting together. So start your governance meeting. If it's just you and the team, run it with yourself. If it's just you and the admin, do it together. Bring everybody in that needs to be there and nobody that doesn't. So anybody that's a billable staff member, I wouldn't worry about it. But for your project managers, your site supervisors, your admin, let's get everybody in and let's bring the team together to have a singular meeting once a month that we can all look forward to.